Hello everyone, my name is Egi, so I'm one of the tutors in Best Partner Education. So in this video, I would like to explain to you about several things that you need to do dealing with reading sections in the IELTS official test later on, alright? So this video is exclusively created for all of our students and you can just download it in the link below, alright? Now, let's just start. So, in this video, we will discuss about one of the exercise in your book. So, if you don't mind, open your book, page 85, right here. Wait. Yep, 85. Now, the first thing to do doing the reading test of IELTS is to read the instructions, okay? Because in the instruction, it will say what kind of answers that you need to write on your answer sheet, because there will be different type of answers. Maybe it will be in words, or maybe in one, or maybe three, or maybe only two words, right? Or maybe they will be in a number or something. So that's why it's very important to read the instructions before you do the test. After you have read the instruction and then you know what kind of answer you should put in your answer sheet, what you need to do now is to recognize the questions type. Okay. Now if you see here, this is a note completion. Alright, you will see this is note completion. Then what you need to do first is to read the title over here. And you will see in the note completion, they will have the title. They will also have the subtitle right here. So there are three of them. The first one is uses of children's play. The second one, recent changes affecting children's play. And the last one, international policies on children's play. Now, why are reading these things are very important to do? Because the title and then the subtitle will help you to predict which paragraph that you need to write, which paragraph that you need to read first. Okay, which means that you are not going to read the whole text, but simply looking only for the information according to the notes in the question. Okay, now you will see here, let's try to do number 1 and to number 2. I will show you how to do it. Now the first thing to do after we read these titles and then subtitles is that we have to underline the keywords. Now if you don't know what is keyword, keyword is actually a content word, maybe 2 or maybe 3 content word, but the point is keywords usually they are verbs, nouns and adjectives. And also it's very important, additionally, the fourth one, that's the negative expression, or it can be also a contraction, because it will be very important to pay attention on these 4 things. Okay, this will help you to find the answer faster, but not accurate, but we'll talk about it later. Okay, now in here, number 1 until number 2, I have highlighted the keywords for you. The keywords for number 1, that's magical kingdom and develop. Number 2, that's board game and turn taking. Okay, now I forgot to tell you, as you highlighted the keywords, try to understand what information that you need to find for the number of the question. Like for example, number 1, I have highlighted the keywords magical kingdom and develop, but number 1 is asking about something that can be developed by building a magical kingdom. In here, building magical kingdom refers to the children's play. Okay, so what kind of the benefit coming up from building a magical kingdom here. So it may help develop something on children. Okay, and also number 2, board games involve 2 things. Number 1, we don't know what it is, and then number 2, that's the third taking. Okay, so we should find what board game involves during the process, or maybe the benefit of the children's play. Okay, in here it's the board game and also the magical building a magical kingdom. Right now, after you have underlined or highlighted the keywords, and after you have understood what information that you need to find, then we go to the text. Now let's see the text. Now the text title is the importance of children's play, so it will bring you what kind of information that they will talk about during the text. Okay, now in here I have make it easier for you to recognize the paragraph. So if you see numbers next to the paragraph, that refers to the number of the paragraph. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. So it's also very important for you to know that note completion, the answer will always come in order. Okay, so I will show you. Let's see. Now, number 1, the keywords are magical kingdom and develop, right? So as you read, as you are reading the text, you need to find building a magical kingdom and helping and also develop, or you should try to find the paraphrase, because mostly in the reading the keywords from the question will be in a different form, or as we call as paraphrase of them in the text. So let's see here in paragraph 1, I have found it for you. So let's see, building a magical kingdom and also develop. Okay, now in here, building a magical kingdom, it's not in a form of the paraphrase, so it's exactly written as in the question. But develop in here, it is in the form of paraphrase. So let's see. Although she isn't aware of it, this fantasy refers to a magical kingdom, is helping her take her first steps towards her capacity for creativity, and so it will have important repercussions in her adult life. So you will see here, take her first steps towards her capacity for creativity. That's the synonym for the develop, the word develop. Okay, so remember, the information that we need to find is the benefit of building a magical kingdom. It says in the questions that this will help the children to develop something, or maybe apart from them. So according to the text here, you will see that the most suitable answers for it is creativity, because you will see here. So paragraph 1, it tells about Alice. She is 6 years old, right? And then she loves playing children's play, which is building a magical kingdom, it says here. Now it's also stated here that she isn't aware of the benefit itself, but this fantasy is helping her to develop or to improve her capacity for creativity. So the answer to number 1 will be creativity. Okay, so let's write creativity here. Creativity. PT here. Yes. Now, also, it's very important for you to write your answers in capital letters in the answer sheet. Okay, this is very important. We recommend this to reduce the losing marks for using inappropriate cases. Like for example, you may write it in lower cases, right? But let's say you are not used to use the capital letters for the names, or maybe for the first word of the sentence. So it's going to be a big problem. So we recommend for you to write in capital letters in the answer sheets. Okay, but in the question booklet, you may also make note in the question booklet, by the way. So you can just write it in capital letters, or maybe in the lower cases. It's up to you. But when you transfer your answers from the question booklet to the answer sheet, you must write them in capital letters. Okay. Also be careful with the spelling errors, because reading is actually choosing word from the passage and then you put it into your answer sheet. As simple as that. Okay. So if you maybe you make the spelling error, just check the spelling as in the text. That's why you need to highlight not only the questions but also the text, like this. Alright, highlight the keywords, highlight also the answers. Okay, so that when you are confused, like, oh, where was I? Like, let's say that you forgot where you were when you were reading, right? So the highlighted part will help you to recognize which part are you now in. Okay, now after we have written the answer to number 1, let's try number 2. Okay, I mentioned that the answers for not completion question type will be in order. So we are not going to read the part above the creativity word, the word creativity, but we will be looking at the next paragraph, as because this is the very last sentence of the paragraph 1. Okay, now also, just like number 1, what you need to do is to read the question, understand what kind of information it is. So board game involves and turn taking. So what we need to find is the information about board game involving 2 things. Okay, the first one we don't know, but the second one, that's the turn taking. Now also highlight the keywords. As you go to the text, try to find the keywords or the paraphrase keywords. Maybe they will be in the synonym, or maybe in a different part of speech, just like the develop right here. Okay, now I have highlighted the keywords for you. You will see on paragraph 2, line number 3, a board game here. We have found the board game. Now what we have to find next is involve and turn taking. So you will see here, turn taking, take turn with a partner. See, there will be in a synonym form, right? Now because we have found the keywords, now we have to confirm it. Is it the information that we need to find or not? So to do that, you need to read the part where you found the keywords. Okay, it says here that later on, when they tire of this and settle down with a board game, they, he refers to Alice and maybe her younger brother in here, right? She is learning about the need to follow rules and take turns with a partner. So it means that a board game here, which Alice and her younger brother is playing, are playing, involves the need to follow. That's the synonym to involve. Involves rules and turn taking. So the most appropriate answers to number 2 is rules. So let's fill the answer to number 2, rules. Remember to write your answers in capital letters. Okay. Now, it's pretty easy, right? Now, let's try doing number 3 and number 8. I will let you do it. So try number 3 until number 8. Follow the steps. Remember step 1, read the instructions. Number 2, read the title and the subtitles. This step you need to do it when you do the note completion for the first time in the test later on. Okay. And then step number 3, what you need to do to find the answers are 1, you need to highlight the keywords. Remember, keywords consist of nouns, verbs, adjectives, and the negative expressions, or maybe the negative contraction. So you have to be aware of them, right? And after that, after you have highlighted the keyword, try to understand what information that you need to find here. Then, after you have highlighted the keywords and after you have understood what information that you need to find, then go to the reading. When you go to the reading, make sure you try to find the keywords, because it will help you faster finding the answers, the location of the answers, right? And then after you have found the keywords, try to highlight also the keywords in the text, or maybe their paraphrase, right? And then you need to read the part where you found the keywords right here, okay? Because you need to confirm it. Is it really the information that you need to find or not? Okay. Now, as you have read the part where you have found the keywords, right, try to match it with the information that you need to find. Then if you are sure that's the information I need to find, then choose what kind of word, or what word is the most suitable word to complete the information in the note completion here. Okay, that's pretty easy. So you try now, number 3 until number 8. You can pause the video, and after that, after you have answered after you have answered number 3 until number 8, then I will continue the video. Then I will explain to you about the answers to number 1, to number 3, and to number 8. Okay. So how was it going? Is it difficult? If it's difficult, okay, I will help you. Okay, I will explain to you about the answers to number 3 until number 8. Okay. Now let's see here. Now, it's about, you need to find the information about the recent changes affecting the children's play. So one of them is the population of something have grown. So we need to find whose population is it. Okay. Now go to the don't forget the highlighted the keywords. So population and have grown. So I have highlighted the keywords for you, so it will make it easy for you. Okay, now let's see, because the answer comes in order. Do not read paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, but go down below. Try to find population and have grown, or maybe they paraphrase. Okay, now if you read it very carefully, you will find the paraphrase of them in paragraph 5. Recent changes here, but we live in the changing time here, so it indicates the recent changes regarding to the children's play. Okay, now what you need to do is to read and focus on paragraph 5. Try to find these keywords, so maybe the paraphrase of the keywords. You will see here that we live in changing times, and pointing out that over half of the people in the world now live in cities. So this refers to population. Okay, population, and it has grown, right? But whose population is it? Is it population of the people have grown or cities? The most suitable answer is cities, not people. Why? Because if it's the population of the people, then the information will be not clear. Okay, because it says here over half the people in the world now live in cities, so it means that the population in the cities have grown, not the population of the people, but population of cities. Okay, so that's why the answer to number 3 is cities. Now let's write the answers here. Cities. Remember, because you have to copy, you have to choose the word from the text and then put it into the answer sheet, because the cities here is written in a plural and in a plural form, so you need to write cities, not city. Always remember that, because it's very important. It will make you lose mark. Okay, there you go, number 3. Now number 4. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this is quite unique. So we'll see opportunities for free play are limited due to means because. Okay, number 4 and number 5, they are similar in a form of the sentence, right? Fear of and then fear of. So what we need to find here is the reason why the opportunities for free play are limited. So it's because fears, two kind of fears. So fear number 1 and then fear number 2, number 4 and number 5. So we may find the answer to number 4 and number 5 in the same time, or maybe in the same sentence. Okay, but first try to understand the information. You need to find the reason why opportunities for free play are limited. Okay, now let's go to the text. Do not read paragraph above the answer to number 3, but go on, continue. Okay, need to find opportunities. Oh, we found it here, and free play. Now we have to find fear of something. So here, outdoor play is curtailed by perception of risk to do with traffic. It may be too long for the paraphrase of the word fear, but it says here that the opportunities for free play is becoming increasingly scarce. It means that it is reducing itself, or maybe it is reduced by several things. So it says here also outdoor play is curtailed by perception. So it means that outdoor play is limited by the perception of risk to do with traffic. So perception of risk in here, it refers to the word fear. So fear of traffic, that's what is limited. What is limiting the opportunities for free play. Okay, so number 4, that's traffic. Now let's look for number 5, as since it has the same keywords as in number 4. Okay, it says here, as well as parents increase wish to protect their children from being the victim of crime. So it refers to fear as well, because it says here that the parents, they try to protect their children from being the victim of crime. But the answer, the most appropriate word to fill the note, is not victim. So it's not fear of victim, but fear of crime, because they are afraid that their children will be the victim of the crime, so they will fear of crime. Okay, do not write fear of being the victim of crime because it's too long. Remember the instruction. Okay, now let's fill number 4. That's, what's the answer? Oh yeah, traffic. And then number 5, crime. Make sure you do not write with the wrong form. Maybe it's in a singular or plural, so you have to double check it again. So single form, our answer, single form, yes, right. So always double check that. Now in this case, because the sentence for number 4 and number 5, they are the same, so if you put crime into number 4 and then you put traffic into number 5, your answers are still correct, and you will not lose marks, because it's like you can put it in any order. But I recommend that you need to write them as the appearance in the text. Okay, so just write traffic and then crime in order. Okay, so in here you will see number 6. You will find schools and the paraphrase to increase, but in here it's written is leading to greater, that's the increase, and in competition in academic learning and school. So the most appropriate word to number 6 is competition, because this is one of the reason why the opportunities for free play are being limited. Okay, so number 1 is fear of the traffic, fear of the crime, and then increase competition in schools. So let's write number 6, competition. Did I get it right? Yeah. Okay, good one. Now go to number 7 and then number 8. So it says here the international policies on children's play. It is difficult to find something to support new policies, so we need to find something that is difficult to find to support new policies. Try to find difficult to find, support, and policies. Remember, do not read the previous part, so just continue your reading. That's why you need to highlight it. Now you will see here international, develop, policies concerned with children's play, to consider implication for leisure time educational program, but what they often lack is the evidence to base policies on. So there you go, find it. But what they often lack is the evidence to base policies on. You need to find the information and something difficult to find, something that they don't have, something that they often lack of. So the answer to number 7 is evidence. Remember, pay attention on the spelling. So evidence. Why is it evidence? Because in here it says that they have started to develop policies concerning concerning with the children's right to play, and consider the implication and also educational program, but they do not have the evidence to base policies on. So evidence is the appropriate word for number 7. So write evidence. Oh, sorry, evidence. Remember, be careful with the spelling. Okay. Now go to number 8. Research needs to study the impact of play on the rest of the child's something. So you need to find. In here it says that research needs to study about the impact of the children's play, but on a certain duration of time, I think. So might be it's a time something, right? But let's just see. Again, continue reading. Talk about play. Okay, we found play here. Found child here. Okay, we found the researcher here, and we found the long-term impact of play here. It's a real chance, but I don't think that's the information that we need to find. Let's just go next. Dr. Jenny Gibson agrees, pointing out that although some of the steps in the puzzle of how and why play is important, okay, that's might be the answer that we are looking for, have been looked at. Oh, it means that it has been studied. There is a very little data, so I think they need to do something about it. They need to study about it, right? There is a very little data on the impact. Okay, so they need to study about the impact. It's the same with the question. There's a very little data on the impact it has on the children's later life. Okay, it ends here, but in here we need to find a research needs to study the impact of play on the rest of the child's later life. Is it only? No, I don't think it's later life, but I think that's life. Why is it life? Okay, let's see. The impact refers to, okay, the impact of this research, you saw it, and study here, study, there's a very little data. Okay, that means that they don't have it enough. It means that they need to study about it. And then the rest, the child's, well, you saw it, the child's, the rest, that's the synonym to the word later. Okay, so it means that the answer to number 8 is life. Okay, so pretty easy, right? Well, maybe you think it's not really that easy because it's sometimes confusing, but let me tell you why is it confusing. It's confusing because mostly people do not know what they need to do. Okay, so in this video we have talked about how to do the note completion question type. All right, remember, different question type, they will have like a small bit difference on how to do how to answer the question type. Okay, but in here, remember, during the reading text, during the reading section, you must read the instruction. Okay, because the instruction says what kind of answer that you need to write on the answer sheet. Okay, and also there is a limitation of the word sometimes, or sometimes it also says that you need to write one word and or one number. So I have to be very careful with that. Okay, then step number 2, what you need to do is to recognize what kind of question type it is. Okay, now after you have recognized what type of question type it is, then do step number 3, which is the the step on how to do each of the question type. But for note completion, what you need to do is to read the title and then the subtitle, because they will help you to predict which paragraph that you need to read. Okay. Also remember note completion, the answer in the text, they will come in order. So remember to highlight the keywords and also the answer, so that you know, okay, this is where you stop. Okay, then continue to the next part as you go answering the number of the questions. So it says here there are 8 numbers, so keep continuing reading, but do not forget to highlight. Okay. Okay, that's the next step. Okay, the next step is to highlight the keywords in the questions and then understand what kind of information that you need to find. Okay, if you do not understand about what kind of information that you need to find, then it will make you be more confused about choosing which word is the answer. Okay, that is why we do not recommend you to go to the text right away, but go to the questions, because in the questions you need to answer yes, but actually you only need to find the information. That's why understand the information, then when you find it in the text, then you can just cross check, is it information that you need to find or not. Okay, then choose the correct answer. Now when you choose the correct answer, remember to write your answers on the answer sheet with capital letters. But when you write your answers or making notes in the question booklet, it's fine to not write it in the capital letters. Okay, but as you transfer it to your answer sheet, make sure that you write it with capital letters, and also your answers follow the rules as in the instructions. Okay, there you go. Always remember the steps. Okay, practice it. Maybe it's difficult, maybe it's confusing, but if you are confused or if you find some difficulties during the practice dealing with the note completion, contact your tutor, and then see you in the next video. Bye bye.